signals call. Through static skies they give their all. With hearts of gold and steady hands, the Porter King, their loyal band. Oh, the patrons keep the crown in place. Their faith, their power, their warm embrace. With every shout, with every cheer, they make the kingdom crystal clear. From dawn to dusk they pave the way, ensuring he can seize the day. Their gifts, their time, their steadfast care. The Porter King goes everywhere. Oh, the patrons keep the crown in place. Their faith, their power, their warm embrace. With every shout, with every cheer, they make the kingdom crystal clear. They're the signal in the night. Hail to the mighty Porter King. Through every contest, every try, they lift him up, they let him fly. Unseen warrior, strong and true, he stands tall because of you.
What's up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by, your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Sunday, time for some shenanigans, some great music, and a whole lot of fun, and a whole lot of thanking these guys right here. They are the Patreons because they are just absolutely awesome. And, you know, this time next week, I will have been spending the weekend with a whole bunch of these guys, so I'm really, really excited. Also, shout out to the YouTube members, equally important, and we're going to work on some new benefits for them because they don't get quite as much as the Patreons do, but we're going to get them a couple more benefits. I think they're the ones in green in the chat, or blue if they are an administrator, and in the ever-changing board with no changes. Thank you guys, each and every one of you. Dan, what's up?
Man, it is creeping up closer and closer and closer to Huntsville. I cannot wait. Hello, everybody, to this Sunday Shenanigan stream, episode 134. 134. Man, that's a big number. We've been doing this for just a minute. Run through the list here and see who is here with us. Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar was first. He said the band stink. That's our buddy Chris. Ron Chris, excuse me, from Georgia Parks and Procreation. Oh, Bill Duckett, KO4 SSH. Good to see you, buddy. Toby, Alpha Delta 2, Charlie Delta, howdy. Kent, Kilo 9, Alpha Echo Echo, KO4 FSZ Antennas. What's going on, Chris? He says, let's start off by saying, hit that like button and the subscribe button if you're not already, and the notification bell. That'd be a good one. Ronnie's here. Kilo Oscar 4. Zulu. Romeo X-Ray. What's going on, my friend? Andy Callie, always here. And let's see if I remember. 2 Echo 0 Romeo Echo Echo, I believe. If I'm wrong, slap me, but I think that's what you said. Josh, what's up? Kilo 4, Lemur, Indier, Chicken Man is in the house. Martini is here. Whiskey Delta 4, Juliet, Mike 88 KB. Hello. Kilo Oscar 4, November, Lova, Smoking Poda is in the house. He'll be joining us for next weekend's festivities, I'm sure. Dad is here. Kilo Delta 9, Uniform Victor, Kilo. Hello. Scrolling on down. NCO Man Overload. That's our buddy Turd. And 4TRD. What's going on, buddy?
Happy birthday, Turd. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Turd. Scott into TKT. What's going on, my friend? My Toy Ostrich is here. Hopefully you're feeling better, buddy. Good to see you in here. Rob, KB6JFL. Hello. Gene McPhee from Killeen, Texas. And 3XUS. Always good to have you in here, buddy. Jason KQ4GPT. What's up, man? Good to see you. Tim G5TM, hello from across the pond. Thanks for joining us on this late night for you, buddy. Good to see you. Jack is here. K4 Zulu Sierra Romeo. Hello. Mommy Tight Jeans and Noodles cooking this weekend and on the ball is here. Alpha 0 Zanzibar. Please copy. He is in the chat. Dennis Alpha Delta 9 and Whiskey Mike. Good evening. And howdy from the mountain. Whiskey 1. With Whiskey Charlie is up on Monsanto doing some pre-event scouting.
So you're up there on the mountain. I need you to do me a favor while you're up there. Go ahead and suck up all the heat and all the rain and all the wind that's going to be in the area for the next 2 weeks. Go ahead and get it all there right now on top of you and get it over with. And it's got to be done before Thursday.
Absolutely. I don't think it rained at all last year, did it?
Yeah.
Maybe it rained overnight and it really didn't bother us.
Because think about it. Last year was when I was going to try my first satellite contact with Digital Rancher.
That's
and
right.
We got out in the middle of the parking lot set up, and it downpoured on us.
That's right. Oh, John, I did that the other night. John has chicken on the grill, AC9 X-ray uniform. That is awesome. What kind of chicken, though? Do you have the breasts? Are they skinless and boneless? Or do you have, like, quarters? Are you barbecuing them? Are they lemon pepper? We need more information. We do. Kyle says the weather forecast looks like a western Kansas during the spring.
I have no idea what that even means, Kyle, because
I don't know, because I'm not in Kansas.
I don't think I've ever been to western Kansas. I think I've only been to eastern Kansas.
Yeah. I don't know. Kilo Echo 4 Eastern Standard Time is here, along with K4. Alpha. K4ACJ. Good evening from South Kakalaki. Good to have you in here, buddy.
He said legs and thighs on a pellet grill.
I like me some good legs and thighs on the pellet grill now. That's right.
Awesome.
Right.
So,
if your address is good on QRZ, I'll be over in about an hour and a half.
Josh already started driving. What are you doing?
Oh, he's already halfway there. Yeah, he's halfway there by now. I guarantee it. You said chicken.
Oh, right. Yep. So it's pretty much, go week. It's time to get it going. I look really excited. Myself and Terry will be leaving Wednesday morning and heading down. We're going to drive about halfway, and somewhere along the way, I'm going to do my 1,000th unique park.
That's awesome.
I look forward to that. I wanted it to be something really, really, really special, but I just ain't. I look and everything's 5+ hours from me.
Yeah.
When you think, there's all kinds of cool parks around you. Yeah, but it's got to be my 1,000th unique park. And guess what? There's nothing unique here around me.
Right. You have an activation problem.
Yeah, I have an activation problem. Yeah. Actually I got a compliment. I'm not going to mention his call or anything, but somebody had messaged me and was asking me some advice. He's like, I don't understand how you make so many contacts. He's like, the bands are so bad lately, and this, that, and the other. And I looked at his numbers because the caller, I knew exactly who he was, and I looked, and he's got really great numbers this year. And I'm like, it's probably nothing you're doing wrong. I did ask him what antenna he was running it and what time of the day he was doing it. And one thing he said in the email kind of threw me. He's like, I'll sit out there for hours calling CQ and not getting calls. And I told him point blank, buddy, I call 3 times, and if they're not there, it's a little different when I go out when the bands are just bad, and I go out for early late, and 10 minutes before the late it dies off. I'm going to have to call and keep the frequency.
Yeah,
but
let me tell you that. Let me tell you what a bad feeling is as a POTA activator when the bands are complete trash, and you call CQ 4, 5, or 6 times and nobody answers you, and then finally you get somebody like Terry who will call, and you hear him and you answer him, and then right after that you come to the realization, damn, now I got to get at least 11 more.
So, I don't know.
Sometimes, I mean, it's happened to me a couple of times that I'd rather just not have made that first contact. Just move on. Yeah.
Honestly, I really, even like yesterday at one point, the bands were just horrible all day yesterday.
Yeah.
And, I expected it to be way better on late shift than it was, but I went out and, I was still activated in like 6. It was 6 minutes. As a matter of fact, I know what it was because I even mentioned it. I was like, I can't believe it took me 6 minutes to get activated, and the bands were trash.
Yep.
Like
Rob says, even 20-meter FT8 was bad yesterday. Wow.
I mean, honestly, I hate to say this, guys, but if you're going out for 3 hours, even when the bands are like this and not getting activated, you might want to assess your POTA setup. You something's wrong.
Ronnie brings up yeah. Go ahead.
Because, I mean, they're horrible. I get it. They're absolutely horrible. I'm not putting out numbers like I normally do. But I don't worry about getting activated. It's nothing of that. And I'm not, if I'm staying in a park over 25 minutes, you can either guarantee one of 2 things is happening. Either there's a huge pile up, or I'm extremely bored and I'm working like a lot of different bands or something.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, extremely bored, because I don't have the patience for it, That's why I don't fish. This is why I don't fish, because
I love fishing.
I'm the same way with fishing. If I cast that rod and reel it back in 3 times and there ain't no bites, I think I'm done with this. It's time to hop. It's time to hop or go to a different hobby.
Well, you got to think though. I mean, that's really in line with fishing. I mean, I used to do a lot of tournament fishing for bass. And if I toss 3 times into a hole and I don't get a bite, I move on. There's no chance that I'm going to stay there longer. Most of the time, it's not even 3. If I cast like twice into an area and I don't get anything, I'm moving on. So Ronnie brings up a good point here. He says he still uploaded the log even though he failed an activation. First of all, I don't like the word failed is not in the POTA documentation. As far as I know, I don't think that word is specifically in there. Now, it does say a successful activation, and the opposite of success is fail. I get the argument there. I don't like the word failed activation. To me, it's an unsuccessful activation because you didn't fail, because even like Ronnie did, if you make 1 contact, please still upload your log, because you didn't fail, because that 1 hunter is going to get credit. So you succeeded at something. And that may have been the 1 contact that hunter needed to complete all the parks in that state, or maybe get a kilo at that park, or maybe some other stat. So even if you don't get 10 contacts please still upload your log. And
All right, Ronnie, I'm going to pick on you because I love you to death. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. First, how many contacts did you get? That's the first question. And when I get to that, I'll get to the second one.
I like that suboptimal activation attempt. That's great. Not quite par. A bogey attempt. Yeah.
None of them's quite par for me, Riley.
Yeah.
3 before the. Okay, so my next question is, what time did you start before the late shift?
Knowing Ronnie, probably about 7:58.
If you try to do a PCN and the way the band conditions are, I understand it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to let you right off the hook.
It's rough. Way too close.
Way too close, he says. All right, well, I'm going to let you off the hook, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to let you off the hook for that one.
A little bit of PSA for Huntsville coming up at Monsanto. I'll mention this again on Wednesday during the stream. Lunch Friday afternoon at 11:30. Thank you to Kyle, Alpha 0 Zulu. If you go there, throw Kyle a couple of dollars and help offset the cost of the food. And anything that's left over after all the food costs, he is going to donate to the ARRL Teachers Institute, which is a good cause.
Or get about 10 of y'all together that's getting ready to donate and go up to Kyle and say, well, we're ready to donate, but we need to see the tight mommy noodle pants up there on the table dancing for it.
That's right.
And then
he probably will.
Then make it rain for him when he dances.
And he probably will. He told us, I forget the exact number, but it was a significant check last year that he wrote to the ARRL Teachers Institute. Kyle, let us know how much overage last year from your donations and how much you donated, because it goes to a great cause. So even if your money that you donate does not go to the food costs, it's still going to go to some good cause to help the furtherment of amateur radio, especially in like STEM programs at schools and everything like that. $2,400 Kyle donated last year because of donations, and they're looking to aim for $3,000 this year. So that is awesome, buddy. Brisket free while it lasts. Hey, that's right. The only thing that bums me out about Huntsville this year is Pixie will not be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already a little aggravated because Roxy won't be there too.
Yeah. Has Pixie met Roxy?
I don't think so.
Yeah. See, I bet you there are 2 love dogs made in heaven.
Kyle has met Roxy, but not Pixie.
Yeah. Man. That's right. But no, it's going to be a fun weekend for sure.
Just so you know, Ronnie, go ahead and get him that beer, but he can only allocate so much of it because the king eats so much of it too, and the king don't stop. If you've ever tried to get in between a king and his potential gout, it's a dangerous situation.
That's right. Yeah, Eddie, bring your 2 Great Danes up there. Yeah. People use them as tables to set their plates on. Eddie's dogs are huge, dude. Oh my God. I love them to death. They're a couple of goofball sweethearts, but good Lord, are they big. They are true 100% goofballs.
Well, I mean, they're Eddie's. What would you expect? You know, his old lady tells him, "No, don't pee on my plants," and then they look at her like, "Really? We're the one that puts it out when Dad starts a fire on them."
I got a picture of one of Eddie's dogs jumped up on Juliet Mike and put his paws over her shoulders. and the dog's head was taller than she was.
Well, I mean that's not saying a whole lot.
Oh, it was great.
Good evening, Fred and Aaron.
Yeah, what's going on, buddy? Thank you so much for Stumptown. That got me down to needing 2 in West Virginia. Thank you so much for that activation there, Fred. And Aaron, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, Fred could get you that one easier than I can too. The
Lewis
one we were
Wetzel.
talking about before the stream, because it's right up there in his neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's Lewis Wetzel, Fred. If that's close to you, I need that one. If I get Lewis Wetzel first, that'll let me test something as well. I'm really hoping I get Lewis Wetzel before that really weird one that's in Maryland, West Virginia,
Maryland. It's in several places.
Yeah.
And it's always making my ham alerts go off too.
Mine too, because you can't filter by, and almost 99% of the time I'll say, what state? Maryland.
Yeah. Well, that's where the biggest part of it is too.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes from. Yeah, I need Lewis Wetzel. I do. That'll bring me down to 1. And if I get Lewis Wetzel first, like I said, it's gonna let me test a theory as far as the award system. What qualifications make a sofa? I'm lost. Hold on. Am I reading that? Wait.
You read it right. You read it right, but I was
did.
scared. I was scared to touch it myself because number 1, this is shenanigans. Yes, 7002, Fred.
Yeah, US 7002.
Okay, what qualifications makes a soda? There we go. That's better. That's better. Honestly, what are you taking? What qualifies to make one, or to activate one? Which one is the question?
And while he's answering that, if anybody is curious about Monsanto State Park in Alabama, where we will be hanging out for the Huntsville Ham Fest, that is also a soda summit. And pretty much, not the whole park, but pretty much the whole park is within the summit boundaries. You just have to get away
Gene,
from the entrance.
It's not actually the height of what it is. It's the height of how much taller it is of everything around it. Is what they've told me. I'm not an expert on what. Like
That's pretty much what I heard too. And if you're in Florida, if you're standing on top of an anthill, it could probably be a soda summit.
You would think, but there is none in Florida.
That's a big word, Mommy Noodles. Mommy Noodles says it's the prominence.
Yeah, that's what Mommy Noodles said.
That's one of them.
That could be my new joke. When anytime somebody says something funny, I'm gonna be, that's what Mommy Noodle said.
Yeah. Prominence. I'm going to have to read this for you. All right. So Mommy Noodle says prominence. That is generally refers to being noticeable, important, or projecting. That's probably in this case, how far it projects over the underlying topography.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on that for sure. There's an area here in West Virginia where there's no known association that covers that area, and there's some places there that I would think should definitely be summits, but there's no association, and the association managers or whatever is kind of like our mapping coordinators, and that's who sets those up. I do know that.
I think landfills in Florida should qualify. Absolutely. Because just like here in South Georgia, you're not going to get any summits until you get Stone Mountain is probably the closest summit to me in Atlanta area.
I see. Here's the thing. I really like soda. I like it a lot. My problem with it is, number one, it's not everywhere. You know, like it'd be hard for Dan to do a summit.
A lot.
You know, he'd have to do some serious traveling. My other problem is there's tons of them around me, all kinds of summits around me, but these summits that are summits are also on private land.
Yeah.
And in the backwoods of West Virginia, you don't go on private land without permission, or else you get private bullets coming at your butt.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, it's,
Or you get somebody to come outside the back door and start barking at you.
You know, you don't go into a state park to do POTA and get shot at. Not often. So,
yeah. My extent of soda activating is Monsanto State Park during Huntsville Hamfest.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said it last week too. The whole year, you got to wait a year to activate it again. I think that's crap. I mean, 6 months. I mean, knock it down a year is kind of ridiculous. I can see if you live out west or something like that. If you live in the Rockies, sure, you got hundreds of summits to choose from, you know, but come on. Soda is definitely a geared more towards the out west kind of.
You know what? We oh my goodness gracious.
Joe.
My heart be still.
What's up, buddy?
Look who walked into the chat.
Man, long time no see, man. How you doing?
Man, I thought you joined the circus and was doing Terry impersonations or something.
Man, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see you, buddy. Yeah, we need to do that after Huntsville. I'm going to set up another soda stream because it's been a while since we did a stream on soda.
Yeah,
it's actually a really good thing with Huntsville coming up because I can talk to a few different people about maybe coming on and doing the stream. So that's a good idea. There's one here close to me that's been nudging me that I want to do it, and it's just it got cool for like 2 days straight in here, and then it went back to like 9 million degrees above Hades. So
yeah, it wasn't too bad yesterday here, but it was really overcast and dreary all day.
So that's like today. My grandson's first game, is the grid. It's kind of like a bunch of teams play a bunch of different teams and stuff like that. It don't count toward the record, but they played at Mingo Central, which is on top of probably one of the highest mountains around here. And it felt like I was just sitting next to the sun out there on that field today.
Was it baseball?
No, football.
Football. Okay.
Oh yeah. He does play baseball too, but it's football season.
It is football season. Yeah. Did the announcers sound like they were from Mingo?
Well, no. They don't do announcing during the grid. It's kind of like scrimmages, but with different rules.
Right.
So I wanted to get out and watch him play today because his first actual game of the season is next weekend when I'm gone. So.
Speaking of football, I saw in a clip somewhere, I don't even remember what team, but some NFL kicker did a new field goal record, kicked a 70-yard field goal. Crazy. Dom, what's going on, buddy? We see you in here. That's North Carolina for extreme lovers, but he's not. He's just plain old Dom. Always good to have you.
Joe said he's working right now. He switched to a weekend shift. So
that's right. It was a Jaguar, Bob. I remember that now. Kicker for the Jacksonville Jaguars bombed a 70-yard field goal. A hell of a leg the man has on him now. Rob says he wished he was doing an ISS pass in a half an hour, but it's 107 degrees outside. And he said, nope.
Dude, I'm feeling you. Like every time I want to do a satellite pass, it could be overcast and shady, and like 5 minutes before that pass, that sun comes right back out, and it's like, and I typically I'll film all my passes, because if I film my pass, I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. If it's good footage, I can use it for a video, but I'm also recording the QSOs that way, because I don't know, everybody thinks I have the greatest call sign memory in the world, and I got a pretty good one. I can do call signs. I can remember them, but I can remember them for a short period. So if I'll hear that pile will hit, and I'll remember 15 calls out of it. And as long as somebody don't ask me no questions, I'll run those 15 calls. But after those 15 calls, when that next pile comes through, I'm only going to remember 2 or 3 people that just worked me. So when I do satellites, especially these are calls that of people that I don't normally work at all, and it's kind of I'll get done with one and I'll be like, who did I just work? So I have to watch the video and stuff, and that's how I'll log everything. And cool thing, the other day I actually did work somebody that works me not a lot, but he's worked me maybe 10 times CW POTA. So that was pretty cool. And I tried to get another POTA guy that was calling out, and he didn't hear me.
Yeah, if you do satellites, I mean, I don't. I mean, it's something that I'm considering getting into, but it's always a good idea from what I've seen other people do anyway, to at least get a little voice recorder and record your QSOs, because that's one less thing that you have to fumble with writing in a log while you're trying to do it. So.
Yeah, your hands are way too busy as it is, unless you've got like a tripod with a rotor that's running your antenna for you or something. Because I'll tell you, I don't have enough hands as it is. There's no way I could write down a log. So even when I'm not filming, I have done a few passives not filmed, but I'll use I hang my voice recorder around my neck where it's up here by my chest, which I run a chest rig on me as well when I do it. And I'll also, when I'm doing that for backup, I'll record on my phone as well. But now when I use my camera, I don't even do a backup, but I trust it. I trust it. And I shouldn't, because like you said, 107, I've gotten done with a few activations, and I'll film my camera and I'm like, oh my goodness, why is my camera not melted?
Don't get me. Day before yesterday, I go to film 2 more episodes of my random antenna things.
Mm-hmm.
I get them both. I hit record, and I got a little external wireless screen that I flip around so I can see myself, because I record with the back cameras. I don't record with the selfie camera.
Okay.
It was recording. I saw the little red light on the damn screen. I got the contact. Sweet. Went over there, stopped the recording. I said, let's see if we can do this other thing. Got the contact. Sweet. Went over there, stopped that recording. I got 2 new things for random antennas. Then I go to look at the video. They're both 0 in size. I'm like, okay. Now I was using not the default camera app that comes with the phone. I was using another camera app. And I've had this happen to me once before when I was doing the train track video. I got a video of that train coming towards me and away from me in 2 separate clips. The video of that train coming towards me disappeared. Nowhere to be found. So after that happened, day before last, I said, I deleted that app from my phone. I'm not using it anymore. I redid it using the native camera app. I redid them yesterday, the same 2 objects, which really sucked, by the way, because yesterday the bands were total crap. And it worked fine. So I'm using the native camera app from now on. None of that fancy dancy.
Well, when I'm doing satellites, I don't use my phone at all to record, because like the video, because my phone is typically I'm normally sitting down. I don't stand when I work satellites, because I have a bad back and standing kills me. But I'll set my phone on my lap watching where the satellite is, so I have a general idea. And I'm recording with my Osmo, but my Osmo will get so hot out there in the sun.
Yeah, mine do.
That I've been, and maybe somebody in the chat could get a guess at this. because Dan said the same thing. Dan asked me if I could put my my pop-up shade up and still work the pass. Would that material block the antenna? I don't know. I've never experimented with that, and I need to.
Yeah, I wouldn't think. I wouldn't think it would, because it's VHF UHF. Anybody know what frequency range the Starlink satellites run off of by chance? Or, the reason why I ask is you can put a vinyl protective cover over your Starlink, to protect it. The same stuff they put on wraps on cars. Mm-hmm. As long as it doesn't have any metallic in it, your Starlink will still work fine.
Yeah. Well, I know Brian sets his Starlink on his dash and uses it going through his windshield.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. It'd be a good little test.
That's the good thing about.
Yeah. So if Starlink uses 4.3 gig and can't be blocked by a piece of vinyl, I would say you're fine UHF, VHF going through, a canopy of some sort, like a tent or something.
May have to try. Anyway. May have to try. That's
try it at Huntsville. Yeah.
I probably won't have my canopy at Huntsville. Terry's probably already going to have a heart attack. Terry, every time I go on a trip, Terry always thinks I'm going to be. He's like, dude, how long are we actually staying?
Yeah,
because I bring so much stuff.
You bring the whole house. Yeah.
I'm actually bringing 2 radios. One for me to use when I'm by myself, and one for me to use when everybody else is activating there. Because y'all ain't getting a hold of my settings on my FTX1.
I mean, think about that. Then it says a grid work in a canopy. So kind of like a honeycomb grid or something. Kind of like a pergola outside. It's not completely covered, but it gives you shade. I can see that. Man, the stuff we come up with in ham radio.
Well, now it's going to have to be tested. I'll probably test it way before Huntsville. I'll probably test it in the next day or so, because I've already got already got the video done for Thursday, except for the thumbnail. I got to do the thumbnail and the description, and I've got a video drop for Tuesday that I still got to edit. But mostly it's going to be all about getting stuff ready before Wednesday morning. Yeah. But yeah, so you go look. I've got the Starlink going. That's you've seen my Starlink case. It's a big case.
Yeah,
because I've got the big one. I'm taking 2 radios. Well, I mean, if you count the satellite radio, I'm taking 3 radios.
Only 3?
Yeah, only 3 this time.
You're traveling light. Terry's gas mileage will appreciate it. Brent, see you in here, buddy. November 4, Bravo Delta Whiskey. What's going on, my friend?
People don't realize how much gear you have to take when you're going to a show and you got to do YouTube and radio.
And you also have to account for the gear that you're going to bring back.
Yeah, I'm actually coming back with more stuff, not so much because I'm buying something, because I know some people's bringing me some stuff. So,
well, I don't have anything big to bring you and drop off like I normally do.
Yeah, that's only Florida when you want to make sure that I'm not taking the train.
Bobby Evans, what's going on, buddy? Whiskey Echo 4 Bravo Echo. Thank you for joining us.
All kinds of people popping in here tonight that we ain't seen in a while.
Yeah, that's only going down to Florida. I said, man, you can't take the train. You got to come by here.
Hopefully Joseph Collins starts hanging out with us again. He's an awesome person. I've known Joe for quite a while.
It's good to see him for sure.
What I need to do is I need to go out to Tahoe and activate with him. That's what I need to do. Maybe I can take the train out there, Dan.
There's a 2 for 3 for really close to him, isn't there? I believe.
There's all kinds of parks really close to getting.
Big B Views. What's going on, buddy? That's Kilo Oscar 6 India Sierra Mike. Hello, hello. If you're over in Six Land, thanks for joining us on the afternoon. Fly by Reno. It's cheap. What Joe says. That'll do your, you can do your little West Coast tour. Go out to Reno.
I've still got
1.5 miles away. There's a
I've
three.
still got quite a few West Coast states to get that I need. So,
absolutely.
1.5 miles away is a threefer.
Gotta love that. If I had a three for 1.5 miles away from me, I'd give you a run for your money on that QSO count.
I ain't scared.
He says, I ain't worried about that fool.
I ain't scared. People do threefers and fourfers and fivers all the time. And I can stay 100 ahead of them doing one first. So.
Yeah. Yeah, the weather has been horrible.
Yeah, it's been that way here too, Joe. It's been absolutely horrible. Like which is scary because I got to start thinking about this bike road when I get back from Huntsville as well, and I needed to cool down some, but what I don't want it to do is cool down all at once, and I'll say go from this drastic heat to okay, the roads are starting to get bad up in that area. So.
Yeah, if you do that road, the bicycle road during the summer, you're going to have to figure out how to pack you a lot of water on the way.
Yeah,
you have to take a lot of breaks.
Not just water, but electrolytes. You got to have electrolytes when you're doing. The one thing I found out really quick on my very first adventure race, I had plenty of water, but I got halfway through and my head was pounding so bad, and I started getting really, really sick, and I was sitting there on a log just trying to eat me a snack and just cool down, and a guy happened to stop and ask me if I had a chain brake because he was wanting to replace the link because he felt like he was getting ready to break, and I was giving it to him, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was telling him how to really bad. And he gave me some electrolyte pills. And within 30 minutes, I was feeling great again. So ever since then, I started making sure I had plenty of electrolytes. So
32 months. Wow. It's a super flex there.
It's hard to believe. I mean, I know I have, but it's hard to believe that I've even had a YouTube channel for 32 months, let alone a YouTube channel to where you could buy memberships. Because the memberships came even after the Patreon. So, very, 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 very cool.
Yeah, there is the electrolytes are important for sure. You can actually make your life a whole lot worse by drinking too much water.
He's going to try the ISS on his 991A. I've thought about that. I've thought about just trying to work one from in the house with just my J pole up there.
There you go. Why not?
Because I've seen Porker. Work them out of his truck with just a regular 2-meter antenna on top. I've seen him do it many a times.
I've hit the way back in the day. I want to say this is probably 97, 98, somewhere around there. I remember hitting their digipeater with a handheld.
Is Terry in the chat?
I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he just flexed his membership.
Oh yeah.
We may do that, Terry. I may stick a little 2-meter antenna on your roof on the way down, and then anytime a satellite passes, just to see if we can hit it. Chris says he's made several like that.
SSTV from a car. Heck yeah.
Okay. So it seems like there's quite a few of you satellite guys in here. Can somebody tell me how to do CW through a satellite? Because when I was doing the ISS pass the other day, somebody was trying to get somebody to answer them through CW. Yeah, I mean, is it just beyond that frequency with a radio that'll do 2 meter CW, or?
I mean, I imagine the as long as it's on the right frequency, does the bird really care what kind of audio it is that it retransmits? I wouldn't think so.
I may have to try that, because my FTX one would definitely do 2 meter CW, or my 991A.
You know, if you figure out that it works, now you're going to be on a whole nother crusade of getting your Works All State satellite CW.
I'm a long way off from just regular satellites, and I found that it's like everything else. You get a lot of people that don't confirm with you. You know,
and you would think. See, I would think the satellite community would be all about confirmations, so you wouldn't run into a satellite lid, you know, that just makes the contact and never logs it. I would think that would be a very minute section of the population.
Which, like, I know with the AMSTAT awards, you actually have to have confirmation, either on the logbook of the world or a QSO card from the person. John says the CW birds that have VHF and HF down, most are non-operational. Well, I mean, it was the ISS the other day that somebody was sending it on. That's why it got me thinking that, like, I'm a rookie when I may be POTA extraordinaire, but when it comes to satellites, I am a rookie as can be.
I'm less than that. So don't ask me for advice on satellites, guys. I'm going to say talk to somebody that knows a lot, not me.
But I can tell you what, I'm having fun doing it. Other than the heat, that's the one thing. I pull into a park to do POTA. I'm looking for this little corner with a shade tree where I can go sit under. I'm pulling in a park to do a satellite activation. I'm looking for the middle of a field where I got clear view.
But are you having fun the way you want to have fun, or are you having fun the way somebody else wants you to have fun?
Mm-hmm. I'm having the way. Well, I would prefer that this test I'm going to do with the shade works.
Yeah,
and then I'll really be doing it the way I want to do it. Which I have a cure for it. And it should be ready to roll in Huntsville once me and Robbie get together. So I've got a cure for it for sure.
Did he find another loose nut that needs to be tightened?
You know, I don't know if it was a recording of CW or what. I kind of ignored it, Josh, and he was calling CQ, but I kind of ignored it just because I was trying to make the ISS on a weekend is like the difference in working the ISS through the week and the ISS on the weekend is like me activating at 12 noon or me activating at 000 UTC.
Yeah.
It's extremely busy on weekends, and it's kind of a pain. So
the difference between taking your kids to the skating rink on a Wednesday versus a Friday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, golf umbrella. How about that? That'd do it. That'd keep you cool, or not necessarily cool. Keep the sun off of you anyway.
Yeah, that, and I've also got to. I'm gonna have to start putting some sort of shade over my camera because I'm worried about my camera shutting down and messing up my footage too.
You know what's funny is I've never had my Osmo shut down because of heat.
Really? Well, that makes me feel good because I haven't yet
And
either.
I've had that thing out there where I go to grab it after I'm done and I can't barely hold it.
Even my
Yeah.
tripod, after a satellite passed, it's been so hot here. Even my
Yeah.
tripod is scorching. My phone, which is shielded by me, is so hot. Like it's brutal heat right now. I was thinking that the other day when I worked my last satellite pass that I worked. I was like, man, I can't wait till the fall to do this. Plus, in the fall, I'm going to have a much better advantage because the trees aren't going to be full, and I think I might sneak in a few more contacts in the pass.
The only legal CW mode on FM is modulated. Okay. I wonder what mode is being used. You know,
I really don't know. I just heard it, and I ignored it because I couldn't reply back to him. So
yeah, we can try it. I know a lot of people are looking to make 2-meter CW contacts at Monsanto State Park up in
absolutely,
Huntsville.
because
So,
I'm gonna do a 2-meter CW activation,
yeah.
and I plan on there being enough people there to where I get that only 2-meter CW activation done.
I don't have that capability. I have the radios to do it. I need to do the modifications. If I don't get it done in time, I know at least one other person that I can borrow their radio and make the contact with you. So.
Right. I seen Robbie was working on something cool to do with that.
Yeah.
So
Eddie just said, check out Robbie Short today.
look right there. Check out.
Mhm.
That's right. I tell you what, that's what I love about ham radio. Even as many things as there is to do, if we can't do what we want, we just start inventing a way to do it anyway. There's so much different stuff to do in ham radio. It's just unreal. The problem is, I want to do the 2-meter activation, but it's like Brian says, he's been trying 2 meters there in Huntsville, and 2 meters in Huntsville is a lot better than 2 meters around here, and he's getting absolutely nothing. So
maybe some more with the influx of amateur radio people that are basically going to take over the entire park for the weekend. I'm sure we'll have some capabilities to get it done. Because we will be basically taking over Monsanto State Park for the weekend.
absolutely, and
there's going to be a 90% chance. Yeah, about a 90% chance anybody else you see in that park next weekend is going to be a ham.
That's the one thing that I really like. See, it's not like that in Orlando. There's not because there's not one park that gets invaded. They all get invaded around Orlando, but in Dayton, you got Caesars Creek, and in Huntsville, you got Monsanto that just absolutely get invaded.
Yeah, mainly Cabin 7 and the embassy. But let me talk about the embassy real fast. This is funny. The embassy knows what's going on because there's free breakfast at the embassy. But during large shows, they know that there's a show. Their breakfast is different. It ain't quite as good because the 2 years running, you get an okay kind of crap breakfast that Saturday and Sunday. But come Monday morning, when everybody's supposed to be checked out, you get the whole 9 yards. You'll get bacon, eggs, sausage patties, sausage links. You'll get blueberry. Oh my God, the breakfast is totally different. Yeah, they know what's up. They know what's up. They ain't gonna lose no money giving you no good breakfast.
Good stuff, man. Good stream. And we actually got a couple of good streams coming up after Huntsville. I've got a couple of streams lined up that's going to be absolutely great. So good stuff. What you got coming up this week, Dan?
Not a lot. Looking forward to Wednesday's stream. We'll be right back here on this same channel, 8:00 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday for Hump Day Happy Hour. Make sure you tune back in to check us out. This is our stream on Wednesdays. We actually have a topic to talk about. We just don't jaw jack for an hour like we do here on Shenanigans. And look forward to seeing y'all on Wednesday. James, what you got going on?
You know, you say that, but I'll be honest. I think more people actually watch us jaw jack on Sundays live than now overall. Like people watching through the week, Hump Day Happy Hour gets more views. But the actual live time itself gets more on Sundays. So people seem to like us jaw jacking for some reason.
There you go.
For myself, as much as I hate to say it, I'm going to go do an early late. And I hate to say it because the bands are horrible. And, you know, I hate going out when it's like this, but it's got to be done. Somebody's got to do it. I'm going out and doing that. This week, I'll be putting out a video on Tuesday and a video on Thursday. Wednesday, I'll be streaming from halfway to Huntsville and doing my 1000th park. I'm undecided if I'm going to stream that or if I'm just going to record it. I'm probably just going to record it.
I got a clarification. I got a clarification on that, guys. He's going to be streaming Wednesday from the halfway house.
I am going with Terry, so it might be a halfway house. You never know. But other than that, we'll catch you guys on the air. And Joseph Collins, man, great to see you. If you're not busy on Wednesday, come on over and watch the stream, and I'll get you a pass into the after chat, and you can come in there for old time's sake. But
absolutely.
Other than that, catch everybody on the air. 73 guys.
See you guys.